Welcome to one of the many circle sessions hosted by Wonder Girls. Wonder Girls is a nationwide classrooms movement. We bring relatable female role models into classroom settings through our circle sessions. As you will see, the crux of these sessions is its dialogic nature. We're currently working with 150 plus classrooms across 7 Indian cities. Our aim is for every adolescent in India to have access to relatable female role models. I welcome you once again and hope you enjoy learning from our speakers' life journey and career path.
Hello Neha Didi, I am Manisha. Hello friends, good morning Didi and my friends. So I am tell something about Wonder Girls. So Wonder Girls is a nationwide classroom movement that aims to introduce young Indian girls and boys to relatable female role model. Our program leverage direct interaction with female role model to introduce kids to diverse career path and impactful life journey. We regularly host sessions with classroom from 7 Indian cities. We have we have over time um, and engaged with diverse professional ranging from IAS officer, national level athletes, software engineers, entrepreneurs to photographer. Entrepreneurs मतलब खुद का business. So I am invite to Rishita to say something.
So hello Neha Agarwal ma'am and hello my friends. Today I am going to introduce Neha Agarwal ma'am. So Neha Agarwal is a table tennis player. She was the only female table tennis player to represent India at 2008 Beijing Olympic Games. She won a gold medal at 2008 Commonwealth Youth Games and 3 brown medals in Commonwealth. Table tennis player is championship 2009 and 2013. She has been awarded Rajiv Gandhi State Sports awarded by Delhi States in 2009. She has previously worked at United States Olympic Committee, International Table Tennis Federation and Women's Sport Foundation started by tennis legend Billie Jean King. Currently, she is the head of partnership and communication at Olympic Gold Quest. Now I invite Neha Agarwal ma'am to share her journey.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Thank you, Manisha and Rishita, for such a lovely and wonderful introduction. Firstly, just want to mention I'm super excited to be speaking to all of you all because it's just reminding me of my younger days when I was of your age and was. A little girl in school and was just doing what I was told to do and trying to do various things, had no idea what to do in life in future, but trying to take one day at a time. So thank you very much, and thanks to Binsi and Mansi for organizing this session. So I know that y'all would want to have the Q&A for a longer time, so I'll make my journey very short. I started playing table tennis when I was 7 years old. I actually started with roller skating when I was 4. जो मेरा स्कूल था that time they used to have two sports in it. One was roller skating and one was TT. So I first started with roller skating. Very happy to say that in roller skating I became the national champion in under 8 category when I was 6 years old. But then some things happened. My coach moved to his own city. He came from Kerala at that time, so I had to shift to another sport, which was table tennis. And when I started playing table tennis, I did not like the sport at all because I was missing skating so much. और मैं को जाना पड़ता था because actually my elder brother who used to play table tennis, was very good in it. So my parents thought ki okay, the brother is good in it, let's put both of them into table tennis coaching. One day there was a state level tournament in Delhi, और जो मेरा भाई था, he went and won the silver medal there. So my parents were so excited, and they were very, very this thing, and they should get good coaching, and that's how my journey started. Um, so I want to tell you that, you know, when I started playing table, like I said, I did not like the sport too much, but I used to go and play क्योंकि मेरे को अपने भाई के साथ टाइम स्पेंड करना बहुत अच्छा लगता था. And I was very obedient, and I was very disciplined. Nobody, I mean, that was just this, you know, trait that just came to me. Nobody told me to be like that, but that's how I was. And because my brother used to do certain things, I also used to do those things. So because he used to go for table tennis coaching, I also accompanied with him. And slowly as I started playing, me, my parents, my coach, we realized that I was actually good in the sport, right? And I used to work so hard. I think that was one of my biggest strengths. So I'll tell you my schedule during my school life. I used to wake up at 4:45 a.m. And my coach used to come at 5:30 a.m. at home for table tennis coaching. So I used to wake up at 4:45 and do my fitness and warm up, play from 5:30 to 6:30 a.m. Then get ready, go to school. School would start at 7:30 a.m. So just make time to go to school. Do school till 1 p.m. and then from 2:30 to 6:30, table tennis again, and then come back home, do my homework, and sleep. So that was my schedule for all my school life. And it was very hectic. It was, I would say that it was not a normal childhood, क्योंकि ना मेरे कोई friends बने उस समय, ना मैं कोई पार्टीज में जाती थी, ना मैं कोई बर्थडे पार्टीज में जाती थी, मैं कोई फैमिली फंक्शंस में नहीं जाती थी, बिकॉज एवरी डे मॉर्निंग आई हैड टू वेक अप एट 4:45 a.m. to start for training. Even अगर कोई दिन होता था where I used to win a medal in the Delhi state or Indian national championship, next day morning again, you know, you had to wake up at 4:45 a.m. and start your training at 5. So overall, you know, it was a very hectic childhood, but my breakthrough moment came in 2001, जब मैं 12 साल की थी. I won the national championships in under 14 category. And it was after 20 years that somebody from Delhi had won a national championship. So, you know, everyone made a big deal out of it. और तब देखा, एहसास आया कि जीतना क्या होता है, right? And that's when I said, okay, wow, I'm getting good at it. I really want to get better and someday play for India. And that's when I really started, you know, putting my heart and soul into the sport. क्योंकि उससे पहले तक तो मैं बस वही करती थी जो मेरा भाई करता था. But after that win, I really put a lot of effort in it. And in 2008, I went on to represent India at the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games. मैं सिर्फ 18 years की थी उस समय. And it was a big achievement because first time somebody from Delhi, somebody from my entire family clan, took part in at the Olympics. And it was really a wonderful moment for me. It's been my biggest honor to play for the country. And yeah, as far as who inspired me, my playing style in table tennis was very different. And uh, I actually did not grow up having any female role models, क्योंकि जो मेरा गेम का स्टाइल था वो और कोई उस तरीके से खेलता ही नहीं था. एंड द नॉलेज, द ट्रेनिंग कि कैसे करना है, all of that was not really available. Like we're talking 20 years back now, right? So I actually did not have many role models, and I had to really struggle a lot to carve my way. up the ladder to understand how to play with that technique, to understand what is the pathway to success in this technique, and to actually build my own roadmap. So I would say that I had to be the architect of my own career, क्योंकि the style of play I chose was not very popular. So not really, but there is one male table tennis player who really inspired me. His name is Sharat Kamal. He is a Padma Shri awardee, and he has won so many medals for India in table tennis. And I really looked up to him to take inspiration as to where Indian table tennis can go. Like I said, my biggest strength was that I would work very hard. I was very obedient. I was disciplined. बहुत hard work करती थी. I used to like working hard. मुझे बहुत पसंद था कि जब मैं बहुत focused हूँ, disciplined हूँ, और there is a planned way, there's a planned structure of my day, और वो वैसे ही चलता था. So that way I used to love that, and I think that was the biggest reason why I did well, was because of this trait. But at the same time, I think the biggest weakness for me growing up was मैं बहुत लोगों की सुनती थी. मेरे को कोई कोच, दूसरा कोच आके बोलता था ऐसे खेलो, मैं उनकी भी सुनती थी. और कोई प्लेयर आके बोलता थे ऐसे खेलो, मैं उनकी भी सुनती थी. कोई रिलेटिव आते थे, वो बोलते थे ये करो. सो आई यूज टू take opinions from everyone, which distracted me a lot. So I think my biggest learning from that is कि सबकी सुनो, but then you have to really think कि आपके लिए क्या best है. आपके जो गाइड, आपके मेंटोर, आपके पेरेंट्स, आपके टीचर्स हैं, जो आपके ट्रू सपोर्टर्स होते हैं, जो वो बोलते हैं आप उनकी सुनिए. जो बाकी लोग होते हैं आपको क्रिटिसाइज करेंगे, आपको ठीक बोलेंगे, नहीं बोलेंगे, वी डोंट नो हु दे आर. सो आई थिंक उसकी वजह से मैंने 2-3 गलत डिसीजंस भी लिए. मैं जो टेक्निक की बात कर रही हूँ, मैंने वो एक्चुअली जब मेरा डाउन फेज था टेबल टेनिस में, मैं 2010 से लेके 2012 तक आई डिड सो बैड कि I was out of the Indian team in the top 16 players of the country, and that was the worst phase of my career ever. And I mean, I don't know now, should I say it was a big mistake or not? It was also a learning in a way, क्योंकि जो मेरा डाउनफॉल था और उसके बाद जो मैंने कम बैक किया टू मेक द इंडियन टीम अगेन was the biggest learning ever. मैंने इतना हार्ड वर्क कभी नहीं किया जितना मैंने उन 3 सालों में किया था. बट मेरा बिगेस्ट लेसन यही था कि आपको मालूम होना चाहिए कि आपके लिए क्या सही पाथवे है, और अपने पेरेंट्स की सुनिए, अपने टीचर्स की सुनिए, अपने सिबलिंग्स की सुनिए. बाकी जो दुनिया बोलती है उसको प्लीज बिल्कुल मत देखने. अगर आपके पास मेंटर है उनकी सुनिए, but you really have to design your career that way. एंड रियली इफ यू थिंक कि मैं टेबल टेनिस कैसे खेला, मैंने क्यों शुरू में, मेरे को पसंद भी नहीं था, एंड व्हाई डिड आई चूज टू बिकम अ टेबल टेनिस प्लेयर. आई वांट टू टेल यू ऑल कि मैं जिस फैमिली से आती हूँ वो बहुत ही ट्रेडिशनल मारवाड़ी फैमिली है. एंड मेरे दूर दूर तक सारे जो कजन सिस्टर्स थी, सब दे वर मैरिड अर्ली, and few of them were not even allowed to do jobs. And I'm very proud ki I came from that conservative setting, right? And I could go on represent India at the Olympics. And अब जो उनके बच्चे हैं वो कौन से स्पोर्ट में डालें. ऑल माय सिस्टर्स आर नाउ पुटिंग देयर kids into other sports. So I think for me that's a big success. And मैं अब तो मैंने 2014 तक टेबल टेनिस खेला, and then I retired, and then I did my masters in sports management from Columbia University, New York. और उसके बाद आके मैं इंडिया में मैं एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ काम कर रही हूँ जहाँ पे हमारा एम है कि जो हमारी फ्यूचर जनरेशन है, जो हमारे टैलेंटेड किड्स हैं इंडियन ओलंपिक स्पोर्ट्स में, उनको सही ट्रेनिंग देना. सो दैट्स आवर एम. एंड रियली अगर मैं टेबल टेनिस नहीं खेलती, आई डोंट नो व्हाट आई वुड हैव बीन. एंड इट्स बिन द बिगेस्ट ब्लेसिंग जो मैं अब जिस मुकाम पे पहुंच पाई हूँ. इट्स ओनली बिकॉज आई वॉज प्लेइंग, क्योंकि उससे आई वॉज एबल टू बिल्ड कॉन्फिडेंस. I was able to travel a lot. I've traveled to almost 45 different countries खेलते हुए. I have interacted with so many people. मुझे अलग अलग लोगों से, क्योंकि जब आप खेलते हैं आपको कोच से बात करनी होती है, आपको दूसरे कंट्रीज के प्लेयर्स से बात करनी होती है, आपको उनके कोचेस से बात करनी होती है, आपको ऑर्गेनाइजर्स से बात करनी होती है, आपको अकेले फ्लाइट लेके जानी होती है इन अ कंट्री वेर यू हैव नॉट गॉन बिफोर. मेरे को याद है मैं 14 इयर्स की थी और उस समय हमको दिल्ली से दोहा जाना था एक टूर्नामेंट खेलने के लिए, और हमारे कोच का वीजा नहीं हुआ. तो एंड देन सडनली हम कैसे जाएंगे, हम सब 12-13 साल के बच्चे थे. सो एक्चुअली आई टुक द लीड एंड टुक द टीम टू दोहा. दुबई में स्टॉप ओवर था, वहां से किया, फिर दोहा चले गए. दोहा में लैंड करके बैगेज नहीं आया, उसको मैनेज किया. एक दिन हम विदाउट बैगेज थे और फिर हम टूर्नामेंट में गए, वहां पे फिर हम मेडल्स भी जीत के आए. तो स्पोर्ट ने इतने डिफरेंट डिफरेंट एक्सपीरियंसेस दिए हैं, एंड उससे really it's shaped up my personality a lot. So I really want to encourage all of y'all girls कि आप हर जने को ओलंपिक्स नहीं जाना. आप अपने कॉलोनी में, अपने स्कूल में, जहां पे भी अगर आप कोई भी स्पोर्ट पिकअप करके आप खेल सकते हो, मैं आपको 100% अश्योरेंस देती हूँ कि 2 साल में, 3 साल में जिस तरीके की आपकी चेंज आएगा आपके कॉन्फिडेंस में और आपके लीडरशिप में और आपके ओवरऑल मोटिवेशन में और हेल्थ ऑफ कोर्स, बहुत आई एम वेरी श्योर कि स्पोर्ट आपको देगा. So I'll stop here. Thank you so much. I see a couple of girls have raised hands, and we can start with the Q&A.
Yes. So, Tamanna, I can see you're raising your hand, but we are going to take the questions in the end. Manisha and Rishita has some questions that they want to ask, and then we will take your question, Tamanna. Okay. So Manisha, you can go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Didi, for share us a life journey of yours. So, I am asking a question. As a woman, what are some of the challenges you face while pursuing your ambition?
Yeah, I think as girls and women, अगर हम कुछ अलग करते हैं जो हर दूसरी लड़की नहीं करती है, it's very hard. So for me, that was playing sport, right? कि I like I mentioned कि I came from a very conservative family. और दूर दूर तक मेरे कोई भी relatives, लड़के या लड़कियां, कोई स्पोर्ट्स खेलते ही नहीं थे, किसी को कुछ पता ही नहीं था. So to do that, my other relatives were not too happy. क्योंकि एक तो आपको जब खेलना होता है, you have to be in your t-shirts and shorts, right? And then you have to go out and play. आप काले हो जाओगे. फिर you have to do a lot of exercises. तो बोलते थे आपकी muscles बन जाएंगी, आप लड़कों की तरह muscular लगोगे. All of that, everyone used to say that so much. But and that's what I said, right? It plays in your mind. But the real deal is to not think about that. To think about, to believe, if you've decided you want to do something, you do it, and not think about the others, what they are saying or trying to pull you down. So for me, that was one of the biggest challenges in my growing up days in my career.
All right, Rishita.
My next question is, what kind of financial support is required to pursue sport as a professional.
Yeah, because most of our kids, they come from a very low income background, and just having this thought of doing something which is completely out of the box, which not a lot of people support in our society. So what kind of financial support do you think these kids needs?
Yeah, so definitely now I agree, versus 15, 20 years back, sport has become expensive. But it also depends what sport you're in, right? If you can pick up simple sports like, say, for example, football, right? You can be 5, 7 girls together and just play football and find an empty field and do that. It is doable. Hockey, right? That's also a ball and a stick. That's not too expensive. I agree. Sports like tennis, up now table tennis, cricket also for some reason, boxing, wrestling. All of these sports have become very expensive. But there are also, जब आप start करते हैं basically at very young level, badminton racket, like a good badminton racket can come, within say 1,000 2,000 rupees में आपको एक अच्छा badminton racket मिलेगा, और आप उसको अच्छे से रखोगे, so you can play with that racket for a long time. So choose sports जिनमें ज्यादा complicated equipment की जरूरत नहीं है. जैसे shooting बहुत expensive है, आर्चरी बहुत एक्सपेंसिव है, फॉर आई थिंक इवन रनिंग बहुत एक्सपेंसिव है, क्योंकि आपका जो शू उसमें अच्छा होना चाहिए, वो 10-15 हजार का आता है अब. सो बट अदर स्पोर्ट्स लाइक बैडमिंटन, फुटबॉल, हॉकी, दीज आर स्पोर्ट्स आप टीम के साथ भी खेल सकते हैं. यस, वॉलीबॉल एज वेल, सॉरी आई फॉरगॉट टू मेंशन दैट. Volleyball, all you need is a ball and put a net, and you're ready. You need more of your friends to come play together. So there are ways to figure out, if certain sport is too expensive.
These astronomy is also expensive for us.
Sorry,
What?
which?
Who asked that question? Yes, Tamanna.
Is astronomy is also expensive for us.
Is astronomy also expensive? All right. Neha, if you can answer that question, then
Yeah, see, so for astronomy, you will need a telescope, right? And a telescope is expensive to buy, but you can start with a slightly cheaper version of a good telescope. But I encourage you to read on astronomy, right? There are books that you can start with if you are very, very interested in astronomy. Get some books and start reading on it. And once you start growing up, I'm sure you will be able to then do well in your career and buy a good telescope for yourself where you can pursue astronomy.
all right. Thank you, Neha. Manisha, you can ask your next question.
Okay, Didi. Thank you, Didi. How can we cope in situation where others discourage us?
Especially, you talked about 2010 to 2012, right? That was a time when you were listening to a lot of people and you just got distracted. So how did you cope up in that situation? Because at that time, I feel that everyone feels like just giving up. So
And
how did you cope?
such times have come a lot in my career. Because when you play sport, you win and lose almost every day, right? Because you have to perform to your best level every day. And in those times, right, especially when I remember there was this one time in 2010 Commonwealth Games was scheduled, 2010 May, Delhi May, and I'm from Delhi. Imagine, that was like my tournament to go to, right? And I did not make it. I failed to make the 2010 Commonwealth Games team, and I wanted to quit table tennis. I was like, मैं कुछ भी कर लूंगी, मुझे बस नहीं खेलना है. I came to that level. But I think what really stood at that time was I took some break. I actually did not play for some time. I took a good break, and I try to understand ki ho kya raha hai, right? Like what's going on, what's happening, why am I so why am I not able to play that well? What is the exact reason why a certain, you know, stroke or a ball is not landing on the table? Why am I losing to players that are maybe I should not lose to them? I did an introspection. I spoke to my parents, to my coaches, very, very deeply, and analyzed what's actually going wrong to a very, very minute level. And then once I really understood, oh, I thought this is the mistake, but not really. The actual mistake was something else, right? So I figured out the problem, the real problem. What I understood it at many times, we feel ki, oh, maybe this could be the problem, and that's why I'm not doing well. But that could not be the reason. You have to really think deeply, introspect to understand कि अगर आपसे कुछ नहीं हो रहा है तो वो क्यों नहीं हो रहा है, and be true to yourself. कई बार हम अपने आप को ही you know जो समझाते हैं वो बोलते हैं वो ठीक नहीं होता है. So you have to really be true to yourself, understand the problem, and then work hard. I think there is no substitute to working hard. मैं almost मैं week में हर रोज में generally players 2 sessions खेलते हैं. मैंने वो 2 साल जितनी मेहनत करी, I used to play 3 sessions in a day, and I actually moved to another city. I moved to Chennai, and you know, I used to live by myself there. I had limited money, by the way. My dad was like, "ये तुम कर क्या रही हो? We have no idea." He used to send me limited money for a month, and I stayed in a PG. My breakfast was really bad. I used to have, just imagine, I'm training for India, but my breakfast was just a glass of milk and 2 biscuits, right? Because I had to place those sessions. And at that time when I did that, you know, all of this didn't matter. All that mattered was, am I training well? Am I able to work hard? And that's what all was there in my mind. So to summarize, the answer is understand what the problem is, and once you get the answer to your problem, which I'm sure you will get, you have to then work very, very hard to find solutions to that.
All right, that's absolutely, I agree with you, Neha. Uh, Actually, working hard is such a broad concept. Like whenever I ask my kids if they want to achieve their goals, what do you have to do? They say that they have to work hard. So I always ask them to actually, divide that concept. So if you can do that for the kids, like what exactly is working hard? Because I feel that they don't really understand what is working.
Yeah, no, and that's a very good question, right? uh, I would also add to this is working hard and working smart.
Yeah.
एक तो होता है कि कई players होते थे कि they would train for 10 hours and still not do well, and some are training for say 8 hours or 7 hours and doing much better than what, you know, the guy who was doing 10 hours was training. So I think in terms of working hard, you know what, if I were to break it down, the first thing to know is, what am I trying to achieve? So just to give you an example, okay, say you have your exams coming up and you have 2 months of revision to do for whatever exam, right? So can you divide those 2 months? Can you say ki, okay, I have in my science I have 20 chapters, right? And how much time is it going to take to revise one chapter? And then break down that timing into those number of days. So you might think कि 2 महीने लगेंगे to revise those 20 chapters. You would actually realize if you break it down, it will take only 1 month to finish off the whole thing, right? So you have to go down to the basics. Then you have to, in that one chapter, you have to figure out ki, which is the most important thing that will definitely come in my exam, right? Do I understand that properly? Do I know that by heart? If I don't understand that properly, can I go back to my teacher and ask her how to improve on that, how to understand it? So you have to go down to very specifics and to the minutest of details, right? And then plan. Ki, okay, these are my timelines. How should I do my revision? How should I do it in a way that I should get the maximum marks? So break it down, and then you will know ki how much time you actually need to spend on it. ऐसा नहीं है कि ओके एग्जाम्स आ रहे हैं, मुझे रोज 10 से लेके 2 बजे तक पढ़ना है and I'm just studying, right? If you can make a proper minute to minute schedule of what you have to do in from 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., from 10:30 to 10:40 a.m., if you can make that schedule and follow it, I think your hard work, firstly, you'll know what you have to do, and secondly, you will be more smarter. आपको smart इसलिए होंगे क्योंकि आपको exactly पता रहेगा कि what has to be done when.
Yeah.
Sorry, can I just pause for a quick call? It's an urgent call.
Yes, sure.
Hope it's there in the city where you are in, and that's like the safest place to go, because our government is also spending a lot of money in building grassroots level players, to bring out players from the grassroots level. There is a Khelo India scheme where if you're very good in your state, in your district and your state, and you have the potential to be good at the national level, they also provide scholarships and they provide training support to you as young as 12, 13 and 14 years old. So look that up, and I would highly recommend ki if there is no Sai center, then you can reach out to me. I can probably find out a good academy near wherever you stay. If there is no Sai academy, I can find a good private academy in whichever sport that you like.
All right. Thank you, Neha, for that question. Manisha, you can ask.
Thank you, Dee. My next question is, can you tell us what you are currently work on?
Yes, sure. So when I was playing, um i was I was good, and I made it to the Olympics, but I could not win a medal for India at the Olympics. And I realized that why was I not able to do it, right? At my age, when I was growing up, even though we worked very hard, but somehow the planning, the right inputs, the strategy, the physiotherapist, nutritionist, all that support which you need to excel and become a good table tennis player was not there. And I feel that uh, many times we were not doing the right things, because we were not taught the right things because of lack of knowledge in the sports.
Hmm.
And thus I feel I was only good enough to go participate at the Olympics. But if we have to win a medal at the Olympics, we have to train at similar levels that, say, somebody in USA is training at, in China, in Japan. Basically, you have to train at world class standards. And that training was not available when I was growing up. So now, post my playing career, we have this non-for-profit called Olympic Gold Quest, where we support the training of some of India's top Olympic athletes and Olympic and Paralympic athletes. And we ensure that they have all the training facilities in order to become the best in the world, right? So the various things are to make sure they have the best coaches, Indian coaches, foreign coaches, then exposure for international training and tournaments, then equipment, right? Like I mentioned, in some sports, equipment is very expensive. So equipment support and all the other sports science support, which is physiotherapists, nutritionists, fitness trainers, psychologists, doctors. So we ensure that our athletes are now training at world class levels. आपने MC मैरी कॉम और पीवी सिंधु का नाम सुना होगा. So OGQ
Yes,
supported them. Yeah, so OGQ supported them when you so actually PV Sindhu, we started supporting her when she was only 14 years old. She was a young girl like you all in school, and she was the number one in juniors. And at that time she needed the exposure to go for international tournaments, and she did not have the funds for that. So at that time, OGQ sent her for 5 international tournaments and sent her and her father, because she was a minor at that time. And that was the first time she won an international tournament in the senior category. And actually, that's how her journey started. So, we've been supporting her since then. She's won a Olympic silver medal for India. She's become the world champion, and now she's training for Tokyo Olympics. So the Tokyo Olympics are coming up. Only 2.5 months to go, close to, actually, sorry, 100 days to go. And I want to mention that for the Tokyo Olympics, girls are our biggest medal contenders. Yeah, it's actually not the boys.
Wow.
Yeah, and just follow sport, you'll see, right? In badminton, it's PV Sindhu. In boxing, it's MC Mary Kom. In shooting, it's Apurvi Chandela, Manu Bhakar, Ilavanil. In wrestling, it's Vinesh Fogart. In weightlifting, it's Mirabai Chanu. So all these girls are are medal contenders, and we are very, very, excited and looking forward to the Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics.
All right. That was so inspiring, Neha. Rishita, you can ask your next question.
thank you, Dee. My next question is, what is your most memorable moment as a sports person?
Specifically, if you can tell us about the Olympics or Commonwealth, that would be.
Yeah. So actually, two moments, one from Olympics and one from the Commonwealth Games. From the Olympics, when the opening ceremony is there, and there is a parade of all the nations. So the opening ceremony is held in a athletic stadium. So that is a 400-meter track, and all the athletes from all the countries in the Olympics, there are around 225 countries that take part. They all one by one come and go all around the stadium. So for me, that moment came. The Indian contingent was, we were all dressed up in our traditional attire. So for us, it was the sari for the girls. And Colonel Rajyavardhan Singh Rathore, he was the Olympic silver medalist from the 2004 Olympic Games, and he was also the sports minister. He was carrying the tiranga. And for me, that moment, right, when I stepped into the stadium, it's called the Bird's Nest Stadium. When I stepped into it, and all I could see was camera, flashes of camera, and there were so many people in the stadium all cheering for us. And I knew that back in India, the entire country is watching us. And that's when I took the whole march around the stadium. I mean, I still get tears and goosebumps, right? Just remembering that moment. And you know what was really going on in my mind? I was 18, so it was almost 12 years of hard work, right? All of that was going on in my mind while I was walking all around the stadium, and that's when it felt worth it, right? That's when it was like, yes, this was totally worth it. So for me, that was my most memorable I can actually try to pull out a photo that I have.
Yeah, that would be great.
I can show you a picture. So I don't have a very good picture because that time phones were not that good. I didn't even have a smartphone at that time, by the way. So that was the Indian team, and that's me in the sari here.
We on Google, I have seen that you in the second one with Tiranga.
Yes. Um,
We are actually not able to see the picture. Have
oh,
you
that was
opened it?
not clear.
Yeah, it's not opening actually. Um,
Can you
maybe I
see
can.
this? Can you see my screen?
Yes, but the picture is not opening.
Oh, sorry, 1 second. Now
Yes, D. Yes, D.
you can see the picture now.
Yes, D.
Yeah.
This was the Indian contingent, and that's me here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you see, this is Tania Mirza.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, I can show you some more pictures. This is, I went to PPS Arkepuram, my school. So I was awarded the most distinguished alumni award by Pratibha Patil. I don't know if you remember at that time, she was the president of India.
Wow.
And I could have one more picture from my, uh, yeah, this is from the Olympic Games opening ceremony. That's Colonel Rajyavardhan Singh Rathore. He was the flag bearer. He's won a silver medal for India at the Olympics. That's me. That's Sharat Kamal, who was the other table tennis participant.
Hmm.
So, and you know, this is what I was seeing, right? Like, look at these, like, look at the number of people that are there. It was,
Amazing.
and there, even at the Olympics, you know, I met Serena Williams. I
Wow.
met Roger Federer. Roger Federer actually took the flag for Switzerland at that time. So I met them, and it was a very good experience to, you know, just to see them.
Definitely.
Um, yeah, that was me in the sari with the entire Indian contingent. So this was back in 2008, long time. This was, you know, if any one of you all know tennis, this is Rafael Nadal.
Yeah.
In- Met him. So it was a wonderful experience to, you know, to share the same platform with some of the best players in the world. Yeah, so that was one. And my second most memorable experience was at the 2008 Commonwealth Youth Games. I won the gold medal there in doubles. And really, that was my time where, you know, because of me, our national flag went up, and the Janagana Mana was playing at the back. And I think I was never so proud, right? Because Mary wajah se I was able to play the Indian national anthem, and you know, the entire stadium and the country is watching. I think for me that was one of my most proudest moments ever. And if you know, we can do that for our country, I think that's the biggest service to the nation, apart from what our army, navy, and air force does. So
Definitely.
yep.
I think it was not just a proud moment for you, but for the whole country. And definitely, like, I'm sure that it's very inspiring for all these girls because a lot of them are interested in sports. Some of them are interested in volleyball, basketball, badminton. So girls, now the platform is open for your questions. So whatever questions you have um, for Neha, you can ask it right now regarding sports or anything in general or like. Yes, Kiran.
हेलो नेहा दी।
Hello, Kiran.
दी आपको स्पोर्ट्स के अलावा कौन कौन सी चीजें करना पसंद है?
That's a very good question. मैं जब 18-20 साल तक की थी, मुझे सिर्फ खेलना आता था, मुझे और कुछ नहीं आता था, क्योंकि मैंने all I did was play table tennis. तो मेरा दिन स्टार्ट होता था टेबल टेनिस से, खत्म होता था टेबल टेनिस से, और उसके अलावा मैं स्कूल जाती थी, पढ़ती थी, आती थी। सो तब तक तो मेरे कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं थे। लेकिन जब मैंने अपना कॉलेज खत्म किया और मैं और बड़ी हुई, तो मेरा इंटरेस्ट आई फील आई एम अ वेरी क्यूरियस पर्सन। मुझे बहुत क्यूरियोसिटी होती है कि ओके ये कैसे हुआ, वो कैसे हुआ। आई वांट टू लर्न अ लॉट मोर थिंग्स, सो आई स्टार्टेड रीडिंग द न्यूज़पेपर, आई स्टार्टेड रीडिंग बुक्स, I started listening to podcasts and things like that. So then I discovered my joy of reading, and I started reading autobiographies of people, who've done very well in their lives, and learn from their experiences. So, yeah, apart from that, I started, reading and like that. Yeah, uske alawa, I love spending time with my family. Now I'm married and I don't live in the same city that my parents live. So I miss them. So, I like spending a lot of time with them. And now I know that there's not going to be enough time that I can spend with them. So, that's something. And I like to travel as well. I think क्योंकि टेबल टेनिस की वजह से इतना एक्सपोजर मिला, एंड ट्रैवलिंग से इतना कुछ सीखने को मिलता है। आप अपने अगर आप दूसरी स्टेट में भी जाते हो इंडिया में, तब भी आपको दूसरे लोग, हमारा कंट्री इतना डाइवर्स है, इतने डिफरेंट कल्चर्स हैं, तो आपको इतना कुछ सीखने को मिलता है। सो ट्रैवलिंग इज आल्सो समथिंग आई रियली एंजॉय।
All right. So Rishita's next question is regarding sports quota. So would you like to tell us a little bit about that? In school, do they have sports quota, or in colleges?
Yes, yes. So, as far as the Delhi and no, not the Delhi University, but all over, all universities definitely have a sports quota. That means कि they have defined certain norms and certain parameters. So, if you're a state level player, if you're a national level player, or if you're an international level player, you will get certain points. And then there are trials. You have to play amongst the whole group. There are trials, and all the points club karke together, they have like the whole Delhi University would have, say, 20 seats for table tennis sport, right? And if you can fill in that point system, you actually get the admission in the college, even if your marks are not as much as the cutoff is.
Yeah.
So, say for example, the cutoff is 95% now. The cutoffs in universities is very high. So, if the cutoff is 95%, you've got, say, less than 95, but you are an athlete and you take part in the trials, you have your certificates, and all your achievements. And if you can fit in that criteria, you can actually get admission in the college. So, my example, I went to St. Stephen's College in Delhi, and I got a 88% in my class 12, but the cutoff at that time was 92%. But I got the admission because I was number one that time in the country. So you can get admissions like that definitely in universities. For schools, um, I'm not sure how government schools function, and also for private school, every school will have their own, way to define a sports quota. But I can assure you that if you are, if you can win medals for that school and your state, your school, that school will be wanting to have you as part of their school, right? Because they want such girls and boys who can, represent India and do well in sports. And now our government is also promoting sports a lot. So all schools are really wanting good athletes to come and be study in their school. So look out for that. I also want to mention, say, when you grow up and you are doing your post graduation, if you want to go abroad and study, or you do your MBA, colleges like to take such students who have something else than just getting marks.
Yeah.
So any extracurricular, right? And firstly, I don't like the word extracurricular because it should not be called extra, because it's part of your learning. So not
Agree.
only sports, right? Like if you're good in, if you're an artist, you're good in painting, you're good in singing, you're good in, I don't know, dancing, you're good in uh, martial arts, karate, uh, anything that you think you can pursue apart from studying, you should, because that's where your learning will be. And all schools, college for undergrad and university for postgrad will happily take you if you're good at it.
Yeah. Uh, and it's so shocking because I also graduated from Stevens last year only. And I actually learned a little bit how to play table tennis in the college itself. Like there is a small table tennis
Right.
table, right? So I used to, it's very hard, girls. Like she did like amazing job. It's very hard to play table tennis. Sana, I think you have a question. You can ask your question.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Sana, ask your question.
What happened, Sana?
Working very well. Sorry, Dee. So, my name is Sana. So, Didi, I have that when you haven't decided to be a table tennis, so what?
I think she want to ask you, like, if you didn't become a table tennis player, what would you have?
That's a very hard question, because see, I was 4 when I started doing skating, and then I was only 6.5, 7 years when I started playing table tennis. Like, that's all I did, right? And more than studying, my focus was on table tennis. So I don't know what I would have done, at that young age, and I could have become something else. I'm just grateful that I played sport, and it's given me so much, not only achievements, but it has, developed me who I am as a person. I feel it's developed my confidence, my leadership, my ability to talk to people, the exposure all around the world, to be able to accept defeat. That's something it's really hard to do. I learned that to be able to handle success. I mean, at one point, they were every day, they were just media press people coming and taking interviews, right? It's so easy to just go up in the air and do all of that. So balance success and balance your when your failure is there, how to handle it, how to come back from it, right? How to stay focused, and then of course give back to the country. So I think this so much I've got from sport. I would rather not be anything else, be an athlete. Yeah.
Definitely. So Rishita, your question will be the last question because we have a time constraint. So you can ask your question.
Di, I have an interest in volleyball. So Di, what can I do to become a player?
Okay, do you know anyone, any coach or any other players who play volleyball?
No, Didi.
How did you get interested in it?
दी मेरे बड़े भैया है तो दी वो खेलते थे तो दी उनको देख के मेरे को भी दी इंटरेस्ट आने लग गया दी एक बार टूर्नामेंट खेला था पर दी उसमें हम हार गए थे पर दी उसमें मेरे को मेडल मिला था
अच्छा, और ये कहाँ पे हुआ था टूर्नामेंट?
दी हमारे उधर ही एक पार्क है दी वहीं पे हुआ था
दिल्ली में?
दीदी हमारे जैसे दीदी ये घर है तो दी वहीं पे एक पार्क है दी वहां पे ही हुआ था
ओके ओके, तो आपके जो भैया हैं वो खेलते हैं तो उन्होंने कहीं से तो कोचिंग ली होगी या उनके फ्रेंड्स होंगे और जो खेलते हैं?
यस दीदी वो स्टेडियम जाते हैं दी नेहरू स्टेडियम
तो आप भैया को पूछो कि वो आपको नेहरू स्टेडियम में ले जा सके।
दीदी बट दी मम्मी पापा ऑफिस जाते हैं तो दी वो स्कूल भी जाते हैं तो दी मैं जा नहीं सकती
ओके, तो ऐसा हो सकता है कि आप भैया के साथ घर में वॉलीबॉल खेलो।
यस दीदी
हाँ, तो आप भैया के साथ कम से कम घर में वो आपको टेक्निक सिखा सकते हैं जो उन्होंने सीखी है
यस दीदी
है ना? तो भैया के साथ घर में स्टार्ट करो खेलना, और धीरे धीरे अगर आप टाइम निकाल सकते हो, स्पेशली अगर सैटरडे संडे ऑफिस नहीं जाना होता मम्मी पापा को, तो उस दिन अगर आप भैया को बोलो कि आपको पार्क में लेके जाएं और नेहरू स्टेडियम या नेहरू स्टेडियम ले जाएं, या उनके जो दूसरे फ्रेंड्स हैं जो खेलते हैं वो आपके साथ खेले, तो धीरे धीरे ऐसे ही आपकी शुरुआत हो सकती है।
ओके दीदी
All right, Neha, thank you so much for coming and inspiring our kids and giving them a lot of advices. But before you go, I just want you to give them one, big lifetime advice that if there is a student who wants to pursue sports, what would be the one advice that you would like to give them?
Yeah, I think the one advice is कि if you want to pursue sports, be patient. क्योंकि स्पोर्ट में आपको बहुत हार्ड वर्क करना पड़ेगा, आपको मॉर्निंग में उठ के खेलना पड़ेगा, और ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने 10 दिन खेला और फिर 10 दिन छुट्टी हो गई। आपको हर रोज डे एंड डे आउट आपको वो खेलना पड़ेगा, एंड इट टेक्स टाइम टू लर्न दैट स्किल। जितना स्पोर्ट लगता है वो इजी भी नहीं है, आपको उतना ही हार्ड वर्क करना पड़ेगा, आपको फोकस रहना पड़ेगा, आपको तभी आप एक्सेल कर पाओगे। तो इसीलिए आपको बहुत पेशेंट रहना पड़ेगा, और अगर आप नहीं हो, अगर आप डिसिप्लिन नहीं हो, आप एक साल खेलो और दूसरे साल नहीं खेलो, दैट्स देन यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू अचीव। तो अगर आप डिसाइड करते हो वो स्पोर्ट आपको पसंद है, आप उसमें जाओ और खेलो, और पेशेंट रहो कि एक दिन आपको वो स्पोर्ट को खेलना आएगा। और आप जरूर, अगर आपने मेहनत अच्छे से करी है, अगर आपके कोच अच्छे हैं, आपके पास सपोर्ट है, एक्चुअली काफी लोग डिस्पाइट सपोर्ट भी अच्छा करते हैं, तो एक दिन जरूर आप अच्छा खेलोगे, आप मेडल्स जीत पाओगे अगर आप वो चाहते हो तो।
All right. Okay, Rishita is saying, can you give me your number? So maybe you can give your email ID or something, and we can forward that.
Sure, no problem. Yes.
So Neha Didi will give her email ID, and I'll forward it to you girls, and you can anytime email her regarding anything if you. Okay, thank you so much, Neha, for coming today. It was not just inspiring for the kids, but for me also. So thank you so much, and this is the end of the session.
Thank you so much. I think from all the various people I spoke to. I think I loved speaking to all of you all because, like I said, it just reminds me of my time when I was a little girl and I was trying to figure out what to do. So, all the very best, Sabko. Do well, work hard, study hard, try to play sport, whatever sport it may be, and always believe in yourself that you are the best, you can do it. If you work hard, you can really achieve a lot and whatever you want. So, yeah, all the very best. And if you have any questions, email me and I will get back to you. And stay safe in the pandemic.
All right. Thank you, Neha. Bye bye.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.